He said he got them ways to keep me queenly. Told me dignity and decency. Come, remind me what ladies should and shouldn't be. You decree the degrees of decorum and tell me step away from whoredom, be humble and patient, but never bring you boredom, be respectful and dutiful and motherly and wholesome. And if I do, every step I take will be hummed on the back of a hummingbird wing, and every sound I make will be drummed in an irresistible rhythm, and in no time I'll find my king. As if you think to me that's the most important thing. And when I'm in my throne room, you recite to me poems about finding the earth in my womb and offer testament that between my legs are sucking up petals that blossom and bloom. And I begin to feel more like a perfume than a person. So I say, wait, if I don't prescribe to any of them things, does that make me any less of a queen? He said, yes, sweet girl, that's exactly what I mean. I said, okay, stop there. Because let this be an education in why I refer to myself as queen and you ain't got to say anything. And if you try to interrupt, brother, please. The world has heard you long enough. Don't you think it's time that I define my experience without your expectation? Because I'm a queen who coughs. I'm a queen who smokes. I'm a queen who falls on her ass and she sometimes deep throats, but I've had to abdicate from my role due to a self-depreciation and a misinterpretation fed to me by fake consciousness. Plus the term queen can be pretty tempestuous, especially when you stand against enforced imperial hierarchy or hate how it's used to get shares on internet memes. But I also understand it as a means to empower and uplift, like in the black community, where people who have been disenfranchised and mocked only to have their fashions and styles rocked on the whitewashed catwalks. And I guess it was the hijack that made it high fashion, but again, only if you got that right complexion. So why shouldn't this community, to remind them of what beautiful truly means, take on the concept of royalty and apply it into their everyday, while at the same time flag posting it back to a pre-colonial history just to make the statement that proud and great is what we are and always have been. See, I got a problem with that. My issue comes when someone tries to make the definition of queen finite and immovable, of raising individuals and encasing womanhood in a tomb. An Egyptian headdress is a sexy costume, and these pseudo-intellectuals circle queen around their finger like it's a flirtatious accessory. Some way to stipulate a new kind of supremacy, ways to keep me queenly. He told me forget my ancestry, told me dignity and decency, tried to regulate what ladies should and shouldn't be, pushing womanhood against a chain link fence, hoping we all get diced the same, and little girls are told the same thing on their phone, only the sentence structure has changed. Like, if Nefertiti is the only kind of beautiful black. Like, if being thick and tan skin is the only kind of beautiful mix. Like, if we only kind of beautiful when we acceptable by these exotic fetishes, and then you want to tell me that ain't harmful. When you make queen a jar you expect people to jam themselves into, let me be the first to tell you that there ain't no space in there for a person, dude. No place for people who come from different directions or walk from different tribes. No places for features that you haven't described. So Mr. Fotep, let me show you where you can bro step. Other space and I'll holler Hotep, because we are the majesties of our mind, and that's that. Anybody who wants to be a queen has the responsibility to lay the crown on their own head. That's called personal coronation, and your preferences have no correlation, because our queendom, we decided. If you're lucky, you get invited. And if you want to know the best way to keep us queenly, my advice is you sit down at the back and admire us in silence. Peace.